Hi, powerful leaders. This episode is from a live training that I do weekly inside my Facebook group called the Powerful Female Coaches and Leaders Community. Feel free to join us inside the group so I can get to know you better and I can answer any questions you might have. I just love the live interaction, answering to your question, listening to your stories. There is so much power in connecting in a deeper way, and I really hope you do take this invitation. The way I edit these episodes is really to give you all the value, but if you want to have the live interaction, ask any questions, and get them answered by me, please join us in the Powerful Female Coaches and Leaders community. I can't wait to see you there, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Welcome to the Powerful Female Leaders Podcast. I'm your host, Anna Patricia Bourgeois, certified business coach. I am here to help you up-level, generate consistent wealth, increase your confidence, attract dream clients, and master your mindset so that you can fully own your power and achieve next-level results in your online business and beyond. Every week, a powerful conversation will take place with amazing guests, or I'll share from my experience to help inspire you to start and scale the business of your dreams while being powerfully you. The time has come to stop playing small, stop hiding, and stop waiting. Now is the perfect time for you to passionately pursue your heart's desire as the powerful leader you were born to be. Are you ready? Let's do this. Today, I wanted to talk about product suite building. What type of offers should you create next? And offer creation is one of the major pieces for building a successful and thriving business, right? So I want to dive deep into each type of offers and demystify them so you can better understand what it truly takes to run these offers and to see which one would be best for you, right? Creating offers is so sacred and so unique to each and every one of us. Yes, there's a main, component to each of them, but what would truly make them stand out is you and your own unique take on things. So it's so important to understand who we are first as a person, as a coach, what our expertise is, what we have knowledge on. So it's easier for us to determine, okay, I'm going to go with this or with that, right? So hopefully this training today will help you truly know what that is so you can truly own it and create more of these offers so you can get paid, because that's the goal of all of this. So I want to start this episode with a short story because, I love stories. When I first started my business, the coaching school where I got certified from, they gave us a whole 12 weeks curriculum for our 101 program. So we had every single session lined up with scripts, with tools we could use to better facilitate a transformation for our clients, which I loved. I love that they did that for us because it truly gave me the confidence of having a structure, of knowing, okay, I can rely on this, right? I can do that to help my clients. But I quickly realized that I wasn't passionate about the health niche, the health coaching niche. And it wasn't until I fully owned my gifts and truly declared that I was a business coach that I had more ideas coming for me and my offers. So like I was saying earlier, we need to nail exactly what it is that you help people with and what it is that you're so passionate about. Like this is like foundation 101. Like you have to have this before creating any offers. So in this training, I want to show you the different types of offers you can create, the pros and the cons for each of them, so you can truly make an informed decision when picking your next offer. So I'm going to start with one-on-one coaching. So this is pretty common in the industry, right? One-on-one coaching is when you have one-on-one sessions with your clients. It is typically taken over a period of 3, 6, 9 months. And you can also have intensive like one-time sessions and Voxer coaching. is also something that coaches offer. So the pros for one-on-one coaching is this is the highest level proximity to you, right? This is highly transformational and deeply personal, right? The bigger the problem that you solve, the more you can charge for it, right? So this is where it's really easy to create a big impact and get paid very well for that impact. Another pro for one-on-one coaching is this is evergreen, right? You always have spots available for one-on-one. Honestly, depending on how many clients you have right now and how many spots you have open, this is something that is recurring, right? You can have new clients every month coming in. And another pro is that it doesn't require material content upfront, right? This is highly personalized to your clients. What I find really, really fun too with one-on-ones is that you can create a wait list, right? That allows you to take a deposit, get paid now, and deliver later, right? So this is a really great way to get paid now and just deliver later when the person is ready. And then you can also add add-ons for your one-on-one. For example, Voxer support in between sessions. So for the cons, like there's a few cons for one-on-one coaching. The first one is please vet your clients, right? Make sure that this is the right fit for both of you, right? Because this is super important. Imagine like someone paying you for 3 months and then you realize like, oh, this person is not really aligned. They're not really ready. And then you're stuck with that. Imagine like that's not fun. So make sure that you're qualifying your clients first. And if you skip that part, it can get very messy very quickly. The other thing is that it's easy to stay trapped in the time money exchange per session, right? So we started our businesses to get outside of the 9 to 5 mentality of you get paid by the hour. So if you continue with one-on-one, then you're gonna still have that mentality of, oh, I get paid by the session. The goal here is to look at it as a package, as a whole, and to determine your pricing based off of that and the transformation you provide. If you need help with pricing, like DM me. We have to chat about this. I cannot cover pricing in this training. The next thing is it can be time consuming, okay? Depending on how many clients you take, like it can get really, really like overwhelming, right? If you don't set the right boundaries, it can lead to burnout. And for example, at one time I had 6 clients one-on-one, and that was like the max that I could handle because it was just a lot of energy, a lot of me pouring myself into those clients, and it really left me burnout, right? So you have to understand what's your limit with one-on-one clients. But I do highly recommend to have opportunities to work one-on-one with you, because this is how I built my confidence, my foundation, how I truly got to understand my clients better. And yeah, like I highly recommend going through this process. If you are looking for a one-on-one coach, my program is called the Online Business Accelerator, and I currently have 2 spots open for either 3 or 6 months of coaching. And this is for you if you're ready to grow a thriving coaching business without burnout, without overwhelm, without confusion, so you can really start selling your high ticket packages and hit your first 5K month. So drop #accelerator below or send me a message for the details. The second type of offer you can create is a mastermind. So a mastermind is different from a one-on-one because it's in a group setting. So the collective energy is powerful. It really helps to bring new perspectives, new ideas, new concepts and shifts. And masterminds are all about deepening, like going deeper, having higher level conversations around money, around handling certain situation, about communication, about triggers. the ugly and the victories, it can be so transformative to have those conversations most of the time. So the pros for the mastermind is it's also evergreen, right? Some coaches have their mastermind that they run every quarter, every 2 months, every month. Like some are longer, some are shorter. It's very up to you to determine, depending on the transformation you provide, how long would it take for that person to experience that, right? Is it in 4 weeks, 6 weeks? Should I do a 2 months, 3 months mastermind? Like, you are the lead here. You have to decide that for yourself. Another pro is that it doesn't require any material, any content upfront, like the one-on-one. This is really personalized to each client. It's highly transformational and deeply personal, because you are in a smaller group. So this is the key here, a smaller group, because if you're too many people, it's not good. And I'm going to explain why later, but just keep it really small, very intimate. And you can also add add-ons like group Voxer or coaching in between calls. And the cons for mastermind is that like one-on-one, you need to vet your clients. You need to make sure they're qualified for that container, and to only accept people who are on a similar journey or a similar level, because if not, the people might feel left out or like they don't belong there, which is a total opposite of what we're trying to achieve here, right? I've been in masterminds where people were all different levels, and some were like higher 100K months level, and some were just starting, and the discrepancy between that leaves a lot of room for like self-doubt and like comparison and all of that. And some will say like this is the point of it, to get triggered by it, but some will also say that it's best to keep a container, a safe space for people to grow, right? So this is the different perspectives, but I highly recommend keeping the group at the same level and for people to reach the same types of goals. Like this will make all the difference, right? And the other thing here is you need to feel confident in your abilities to handle a group, right? In holding space for deep emotional conversations and different types of personalities. And at first, I thought that this was going to be an issue because I was so used to the one-on-one format that when I did held a mastermind for the first time, I was just mind blown by like, wow, like this is amazing. Like, because you also learn, right? You're not only the lead coach, but you also learn so much about how your clients think, what they're going through, the things that they don't say online that you're not necessarily aware of. So you're as much growing as your client in that container. So just make sure that you're prepared for that. Just make sure that you're, open to that and ready for that. My mastermind is called the Powerfully Resilient Mastermind, and this is for female coaches who desire to find their own blueprint to 5K months through the balance of resilient visibility and feminine magnetism. And I'm so excited to hold this mastermind, this space for you. And you're going to get 6 weekly group calls, Q&As on Zoom, 2 30-minute one-on-one intensives. So here I'm adding one-on-ones, right? Because you can always combine both offerings into one, right? I'm giving one-on-ones, I'm giving a private Facebook group, a Voxer chat, and access to my library. So you're getting much more than a traditional mastermind would give. So this is like a no-brainer opportunity to get into the group and learn from each other and grow and feel seen and heard and understood and get those downloads and grow as a person. Like, it's such a powerful place to be. So yeah, drop hashtag mastermind or DM me for the deets on the mastermind, the links and all of that. The next type of offer you can create is group coaching. So this is typically called like a signature group program, and they're usually run like all year long, but they only open the enrollment at specific times in the year. So this is where you're going to get a teaching component. So you're going to get educational trainings, video checklist, step by step, and then you're going to get the group coaching setting to answer any questions from the material, right? And one of the pros from group coaching is that the possibility to increase your revenue is exponential. Like, instead of having like one person pay you for one package of one-on-one, you're getting sometimes 10, 20, 30 people paying for the same program at the same time. So your revenue explodes, basically. And another fun thing about this is that you can hire co-coaches, you can hire accountability coaching, you can hire experts to come and give some trainings, and you can also create 2 group coaching programs, right? And one leads to the next. So you're already upselling people. You're already selling your next program to them. And they're already minding themselves that, oh, as soon as I finish this program, I can go into the next one, right? So it's a very good machine to make a lot of money, basically. The cons of this, though, because there are cons, is that you need to have material, you need to have content, you need to have teachings and trainings already recorded. And if it's your first time doing it, you might want to drop a new training every few days, every day. Like, no matter how you do it, just go in increments. Don't try to like record all the videos in one night. It's just going to be a mess. But yeah, it requires a certain teaching component. And again, this is the same thing as a mastermind. You want to make sure that you're very specific with the people you let in, and yeah, that they must be on some type of level, the same type of level, achieving the same type of results. And honestly, I would keep it like a short group. Like, if there's too many people in there, the calls are going to get so long. Like, sometimes they can run up to 2-3 hours, and it's difficult to concentrate. It's difficult to get people to engage by that time, and it's difficult. Like, it's so easy for people to get lost in the background and never speak up, right? And it's also difficult to give each people the attention they deserve, right? Because everyone's different, everyone's going through different things, and sometimes like those coaches, they give vague and generic answers. I felt personally not super supported in my own reality and challenges. So this is something to consider, right? If you're gonna have a big group, make sure to hire co-coaches and hire accountability coaches that will reach out to these persons, and making sure that they're like on track and doing the things and working through their mindset as well. Like, this is like the biggest downfall. So if you can prevent it, the better. The last type of offers, and this is my favorite one, is courses. So courses are purely informational, educational, and it can be recorded live or recorded previously, or it can be both. And here you're giving specific action steps from the material. I typically consider master classes and challenges and trainings, video trainings, as courses, because it's so easy to create and sell, because you're hyper targeted on a specific subject, right? That involves a specific need. So for example, I've created the story selling masterclass, right? I took this masterclass and I'm selling it passively. And I've saved those videos into my video vault that I can sell later on. So this becomes like a super easy passive course to sell later on, right? So these are the pros. The cons of creating courses is that sometimes we want to overcomplicate things, and we think we need to have, Kajabi and like those fancy websites to host our videos. But honestly, save your money. Just record your videos on Facebook or upload them to YouTube or Vimeo. Like, keep it simple. Like, don't overcomplicate it. Just keep it simple and send those links to the people who sign up for them. The other thing is that your people don't have access to you. So that's why I love to create my things live, because the people who paid for it can ask me things live, but they need to show up live. That's the live energy, right? It's not like a deep transformation. Like, people won't experience a life-changing transformation if they pay for your courses, right? They're getting information, and that's the main goal of a course, is to get information. And that's more like me. Like, I love to provide a deep transformation. So if you thrive better in a one-on-one proximity, deep level, high transformation, then you should maybe focus more on one-on-one, for example. And this is where we have to draw the line with our boundaries and say, hey, like, this is a course. Like, there's no one-on-one, there's no support, there's no follow-up. Like, we gotta make sure that we set the expectations right when we're creating those courses, okay? And the perfect example of a course is my podcast from scratch mini course. Like, this is the perfect example. I had run it multiple times and people love this. Like, they love the format of the course, which is why I'm excited to bring it back. And we're going to start next month. And instead of like 5 days of live training, I'm deciding to like put them on and spread them on 4 weeks. And it's going to be a mix of live and recorded trainings, right? And I'm also adding trainings and bonuses to support you every step of the way in launching a successful podcast. Like, I've been running mine since November 2020. I breathe podcasting. And this is why the mini course is so different from all these other courses, is because I give you my perspective on things and how they work and what really like worked for me and the mistakes that I've did and the things that I recommend. And it's such a special place to be in. So I haven't launched it yet, but if you want to start your podcast, DM me podcast for the pre-sale price and special bonus. And yeah, I'm excited. I hope this episode was valuable. DM me on Instagram at anapatricia.coach and let me know which offer you'll be creating next. And if you have any questions, I would love, love, love to help you. I believe in you so much, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Powerful Female Leaders podcast. If you love this episode, make sure to spread the message, leave a review, and subscribe. I would forever be grateful for you. I also want to hear from you, and I want to know your feedback and your questions for future episodes. So don't be shy, say hi, and send me a message at Powerful Female Leaders Podcast on Instagram. Until then, I'll see you on the next episode.